Hello everybody, welcome to Unbox. I'm Carlo.
I'm Eason.
Hi, I'm John.
And today we're going to talk about the three big Android flagships, the LG G3,
Samsung Galaxy S5,
And Experia Z2.
that was also coordinated so will sound so formal. Watch our opening billboard. Okay, welcome back. So today we'll be talking about the three major flagships of Android, all of which carry the latest Qualcomm 801 processor. So it's a step above the 800
Yep.
and it actually helps a lot in terms of performance. Coming from the S4 to the S5, for example, it's more smoother,
It's much
less
better
lags,
controls.
better
Much
controls,
better,
much
yeah.
better than the S4. So we'll kick things off with individually all the different phones. I'll talk about the G2 for a bit, G3 for a bit. Then Eason will talk about the S5. Then John will talk quickly about the Z2.
Yes.
Okay, I keep messing up the numbers.
There's so many.
There's so many of them. Then after that, we'll go through our personal preferences on which ones we prefer the most. No? So we'll just go through quick highlights because you probably know all the specs. So we'll skip that.
Yes.
You can probably read all of that on Unbox anyway. So let's kick things off with the G3. So this is the G3. Let me just increase the brightness so you guys can see it better. So this is the G3. So you can see there, it's very, very different from the other phones because this is actually 5.5 inches in terms of display. So it holds like an usual 5 to 5.2 inch, but it's actually bigger because as you can see, the bezel is very, very thin. Ang bezel po, yan yung space in between the screen and the edge. Diba? So that's the black strip. It's very, very thin. Much thinner than me. Duh. So it's very, very thin. Now, one of the things I like the most is the display. No? So it's very, very nice. Dahil maliit yung bezel, sobrang lutang na lutang. The images are good. The text is nice. Yung contrast is a bit off. Admittedly, the colors are warmer on the S5.
Yes.
So mas warm yung kulay. This medyo bluish ng konti. Pero hindi nyo na mapapansin. Maganda pa rin.
Yes.
And to those lang na super particular sa color, baka mapansin. Pero kung hindi naman, not an issue. In terms of performance, it's very, very fast. Walang issues, be it gaming. Well, there is one issue. Hindi ako nakapag-Candy Crush.
Bawal mag-install.
Bawal mag-install ng Candy Crush. Kasi yung resolution nito
Sobrang
is...
taas.
Ano ba yung tawag?
2560.
Quad HD.
Quad HD. So pag sinabing QHD, hindi yung...
Small letter Q.
Hindi yung Q, it's big Q.
Or
Like me, Q! Diba?
apat na HD.
Oo, so
Yes,
super,
yes.
super HD siya. Kaya hindi kinakaya ng ibang games. No?
Yes.
Ngayon actually, sa totoo lang, palumuti lang yun, no? Kasi it doesn't really mean much.
Doesn't.
Kasi a lot of the apps aren't even made for...
Or it's not yet made for that.
Pero at least you get a future-proof phone.
Yes.
Diba? So
That's
malay mo
true.
the apps come, tas ganun na. Now, what are the things I like it the most? So again, you have here the rear touch keybin or rear key. Na
The
it's
rear
better
key.
na compared to the G3. It's easier to reach, mas tactile, mas masarap hawakan.
Better than the G2.
Better than the G2, sorry. Nandiyan yung volume, pwede rin yan for camera. Yung camera nito, of course, also has the laser focus. So, it actually shoots out a laser beam that can destroy
Laser.
things.
Joke lang.
That can just detect things para alam niya kung saan siya mag-focus faster. So, mas mabilis lang mag-focus yung pictures, which I really, really like. No? Also, ito para sa akin dapat staple na for all Android devices. So, the software side, the LG G3, pwede mo actually customize kung ano yung nandito sa baba. Yung,
Yeah, yung gusto ko
Android
siya.
menu ba yun? Ang tawag
Even
dyan?
in the G2, they have.
The navigation.
Navigation,
piece,
so pwede mo lagyan na kunyari, gusto ko notifications, gusto ko ng kung ano man yung mga apps na nandyan, gusto ko yung dual screen, gusto ko yung multitasking, so pwede mo lagay lahat dito sa ilalim. Or you can even bring up the nicer LG apps that they put in, like the Note, etc. Kung gusto mo. So again, yun yung mga para sa akin major nice points about the G3. It looks really good, as you can see, it feels really nice on the hand. In terms of design, panalo siya. Yung problema lang, it's not as durable. It's not waterproof. And at the end of the day, it's still kind of plasticky. But buti na lang, ginawa nilang medyo
May metal coating.
metal coating or whatever you call the finish. But if you're looking for a phone na tipong dinadala mo lang sa office, tas you want na maganda tingnan, the G3 would probably be it. No? So again, this is the LG G3. Woo! Next.
Okay, next is the Samsung Galaxy S5. Of course, same performance, the Snapdragon 801. But what's good about this one is Samsung step a notch from the S4 to the S5. It's now waterproof, has IP6 rating, or splash resistant or water resistant.
Pero pwede mo yata
protection.
ilublob
Pwede
to a
naman,
certain
yeah.
level.
You can, I think
For a
it's
certain
tested.
time, before
For a certain
ma-over.
time.
So kung malalim yung toilet bowl nyo, walang pag-asa.
Pero ang maganda sa kanya is the screen. This is now upgraded to 5.2 inches. So, yung it may not be that, pero yung screen niya, the Super AMOLED screens improve as well. Mas maliwanag siya. It can go directly under sunlight. So, maganda yung visibility mo under the sunlight. And the camera autofocus, this is now 16 megapixels. Pero yung autofocus niya mabilis talaga.
Pwede na makita yung blood cells nyo. Pag nag-zoom in.
One of the good features I like about this one is yung camera niya can take up to 4K video, which is talagang handy siya if you want like nasa ibang bansa ka, yung pang precious moments mo.
Yung katulad yung pinakita mo sa akin sa Vietnam.
Yes.
Precious moments.
Precious
Hindi,
moments.
maganda kasi yung parang 4K video nakakapag-zoom
Nagiging
ka
precious
pa.
lang yan pag may kasama kang precious.
Yo.
So Eason, sino ba nagpapatibok ng puso mo ngayon?
Next topic. Of course, Samsung wanted to be differentiate this year. They focus more on health. So they included a heart rate monitor sa likod. Honestly, hindi ko masyado ginagamit. Pero it's really good na Samsung step up a notch. Na they try to interrogate, or sorry, yung interrogate, no? Pinagsama yung
Integrate.
health doon, integrate yung health doon. Kasi they had the Gear Fit, Gear Neo, the Galaxy Gear 2.
Fit.
So,
Gear 2.
Neo.
Gear 2.
Gear 2,
So
yes.
they're one of the few na mga flagships din na that already have the package
tech.
for wearable tech. So that's what's good about the Samsung Galaxy S5. Although, ang hindi ko gusto yung the chrome bezels pa rin.
Oo nga, no?
So
Naging
parang
population
after
chip.
3 years, parang ganun pa rin yung itsura niya. So I'm expecting a little bit more.
Sa S6.
Yeah, more or less.
Special yun, S6. 6C.
Pero overall, if you want something na na has it all,
Tried and tested.
tried and tested, 4 na beses ka na nabagsak, hindi pa naman nababasag.
Kasi
So,
may case.
may protector. Yung unang basag niya, wala. Pero it survived. Naka-monopod ako niyan. Pangit yung mga monopod naman. Generic. Okay, so that's the
Selfie
Galaxy
sticks.
S5.
Okay, and the Z2? John?
This is the Experia Z2. This is the latest flagship of Sony. In contrast dito sa dalawang to, this actually doesn't look that different than the Z1.
Yes.
Basically, what Sony did was they basically nag-iterate lang sila. Parang they just improved a few things. Naglagay sila ng bagong processor, na-increase the RAM.
Made the display much better. Though.
Yes, the
Yeah.
display is much better, pero I don't think this actually is better than the
AMOLED,
S5 or this one. Parang mas sa kanila
It's
pa rin.
good, but it's not at par.
Yes.
Yung triluminous display niya, what I notice is, maganda yung colors, pero yung brightness, hindi
Hindi,
talaga.
hindi pa rin. Pero sa
maangat.
totoo lang, ang winner talaga, I think, is the... I like the colors on the Super AMOLED display. And basically, the power consumption is lower. So this has the tawag dito, this has the advantage of having a 20.7 megapixel camera sensor. This
Hindi
is
lang blood cells nakikita doon. Kaluluwa mo na.
so
16
parang
megapixels,
yeah,
13.
ito talaga yung as far as megapixel count is concerned, ito yung pinakamataas sa kanilang lahat. This is also water resistant. Dito sa gilid has the yung mga ports niya is actually completely sealed. So pwede mo siyang lubog sa tubig. I think this is parang it's on par with the S5.
This is
And
IP67, di ba?
yes, this is obviously better than the G3, which has no water resistance at all.
Mhm.
And I really like the design of the Z2. Yung previous nila really blew me away, and it's basically this is the same dito sa Z2. I really like it. It's nice and hefty. It has a glass back, which is actually better than plastic backs of both. Although panalo pa rin to kasi it's
Same
plastic
coating.
but it looks metal.
Yeah. And just to add, Sony's also making a move towards the wearables, no?
Yeah.
So we have the Sony
Smart
Smartwatch 2 and we have the Sony Smart Band.
Which is the Smart Band is actually mas maganda kasi wala siyang display, it lasts longer.
Yeah, and you
Isusuot
can
mo
use
na
it
lang
with
siya.
other devices.
Yes.
Actually, hindi lang siya katulad nito. For example,
Samsung
Gear,
lang siya.
Yeah.
for Samsung lang talaga.
Samsung devices lang talaga.
Diba? So ngayon punta tayo sa pinaka-fun na question. Out of the three, which one? Wag na natin i-rank. Which lang yung personal preference ninyo? So, since ako yung nagli-lead nito, I'll go last. We'll start with Eason.
Well, I tried all 3 brands naman before. Pero, if if you're the exciting person na gusto lagi ng bago, I'll go for the G3.
Yay!
Kasi I've been using the S4, S5. Pero yung nakita ko talaga yung G3. Talagang gusto ko yung pagka, nila, overlay ng everything. Even the UI.
Yeah.
Even the improvements nila.
Ikaw, John?
Sorry, but I have to give it to the G3. You know what? When I personally when I first saw it, parang, oh my God, the bezels are that thin. Sobrang nipis niya talaga. You actually have to see it to believe it. Parang if you put the phones
5-inch.
together, this is a 5-inch phone. Yung display, it's 5.2. This is 5.1. But if you put them together, the size, they're the same.
Mm-hmm.
And the G3 has a 5.5-inch display. Yes. They managed to cram such a large display in a body that's almost the same as a 5-inch.
Yep.
Diba? And if you look at everything, parang grabe. So sorry, pero
They thought of
LG managed to actually blow everyone away simply because they chose not to iterate anymore. Hindi sila they didn't just put in small improvements. They put in parang like, how can we improve the phone to be the best na kaya natin, not just i-increase lang natin ng konti.
Ako personally naman, I'll obviously go with the rest of the group. The G3 for me among the three brands, the three phones is the best among the lot.
Mm-hmm.
For several reasons. One, agree with the design. Iba talaga eh. Pag nakita mo, iba talaga.
You have to see it talaga.
At the end of the day, guys, they're all the same in terms of internals. It's the same processor, same RAM. So, at this point in the game, when it comes to technology, the people who can design the most beautiful products actually have an edge.
Yes.
Kasi the internals are more or less starting to become the same. So, this is where it truly shines. Kasi the bezel is ridiculously thin. Ang ganda talaga ng pagkagawa niya. It looks very premium even though it's plastic. And the good thing kasi, they maximize plastic as a form. How do I say that? It doesn't look cheap, but it's still light. Gets you? Versus this one, it doesn't look cheap, but it's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? Versus this na it doesn't look cheap, but it's light. Kasi tama yung paggagamit ng plastic. It just looks the same. So,
No!
so all the three, yung pinaka-runaway winner talaga for me, as in malaking lamang, would be the G3. Ano lang yung pagkukulang niya? If you're the person talaga na more outdoor, wala, di pwedeng ito yung bilhin mo. Diba? Kasi kung habol mo pa rin yung water resistance, if it's a big thing for you, then you pick between the two.
Yes.
But if it's not an issue and your phone is something that you'll just bring with you to the office, to wherever, this is actually nice, no? And just a quick story lang, mas mainit pa rin sa mata ang Samsung tsaka Sony sa huldagan. Kwento ko lang. This was posted on Facebook a few days ago. I have a friend who has a G3, bought it from Kim's store. Meron siyang Experia T. Experia T.
Which is the lower end.
Oh, just the lower end Experia. And nung hinold up siya, yung kinuha yung T.
Brand conscious si Manong.
Hindi kinuha yung G3. Siguro hindi niya alam kung tablet ba to, pero hindi kinuha. Weird no?
Baka dami phone.
Baka iniisip ko, cherry mobile lang nga.
Oo, so hindi niya kinuha to. Kinuha niya yung T3.
Sony.
So, T3.
Kasi nakikita mo yung LG.
So actually, maganda na rin na hindi pa siya ganun kaano, di ba? But anyway, so para sa akin, sobrang winner yung G3 in terms of specs. The camera is really good. But siguro one thing that LG can improve on would be the ecosystem. My daily driver phone right now is actually the S5. Primarily because it only works with this one, only works with that one.
Yes. Or the Note 3.
which is the Gear 2. So parang hindi ko ma-pair itong dalawa.
Mm-hmm.
So parang it would be nice to see the LG come out with that watch that they previewed.
The G Watch, which is basically
It
underwear.
looks ugly. Oh my gosh, nakita ko siya, it looks terrible. As in,
Square
sorry
lang kasi.
Mileta, at saka yung friends ko from LG, this one is fantastic, but your watch sucks. Diba? At
It's
least
too
medyo
simple
balance
na.
tayo. Ito kasi sobrang ganda, di ba? Sobrang
Yeah.
pogi. Tapos pwede mo palitan yung strap ng kung ano
Yan
pa.
hindi eh.
Yun hindi talaga. Mukha talaga siyang parang
It looks like
parang
a
casio
80s
na
thing.
hindi man lang G-Shock. Alam mo yun? Parang before G-Shock.
Yung may calculator dati.
Parang F-Shock.
Oh, gano'n. Tama.
Kasi hindi siya ganun kagandahan. So sana, the next iteration of the watch would be
Much.
Saka bilisan nyo na please, Smart. Saka yung, Globe. Dalhin nyo na sa G3 as postpaid.
Yes,
It's a
please.
really good phone.
smart and
It
blue.
will fly off the shelves, I swear.
Well, hindi natin alam. Sana yung mga nanonood dito makinig sa atin. Pero it's really, really good.
Yeah.
As in, it's really, really good. Last year, we awarded the best international smartphone to the G2. And I think this year, barring unless Samsung does the same lang with Note 4,
The Note 4.
this is probably still in the lead.
is.
So unless Samsung does something with the Note 4 that will completely blow us away, this by far is the best smartphone for the year. Wow.
Oh,
Well,
no.
Android. Kasi di ba lang nakita iPhone.
Android.
Kung nakita na yung iPhone 6, baka naman
Mawaw tayo.
mawaw tayo. Or mali mo, may labas yung Nokia na Android. Like a full-blown Nokia Lumia Android phone.
Who
With a
knows?
Oh my
pure
God.
view camera.
That'd be amazing.
Diba? So, ito Microsoft devices na to. Diyos ko naman. Anyway, that's it. So again, this is the G3. This is the...
Samsung Galaxy S5.
This is Experia Z2.
And please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just hanapin nyo lang yung subscribe dyan sa baba. Or kung ganahan man kami lagyan ng annotation to para klikan nyo. Also check us out on Facebook and check out the site at unbox.ph. Peace.
Thank you.
Bumpanis.